Association, and then the awards. Chad Greenis from ASFM will talk at the end after you. So this is, our bylaws require us every year to have an annual meeting. And so this serves as our annual meeting of our membership. And it's very, this part of this presentation takes about 10 minutes, so this annual meeting will take about 10 minutes. And what we'd like to do during that annual meeting is give an update to our membership of the State of the Association. I'll just jump right into it, reminding everybody, FMA, Floodplain Management Association for California, Nevada, and Hawaii. I was also going to mention here that we are a chapter of ASFM, so that adds significance to Chad coming and speaking. So I titled this short speech, Volunteerism, and we have a lot of volunteerism in the association, and we'll talk a little bit about that and how things get done. Jumping right into how things get done. So as we were setting up for the conference planning this year, we knew we wanted a conference logo. We had lots of ideas on how to do it, but we had a hard time getting those ideas to look good. And as we worked through the process, DWR had maybe some good pictures to use, and we had some good ideas on everything we wanted to put into it, which was probably too much. Like everything else. And somebody came up with the risk idea with the resiliency, integration, sustainability, and knowledge. And we had to add that in. And so at one point we were kind of, it's make or break. This weekend, either we figure out how to do the logo or we don't. And I'm sitting there on Saturday morning with my boys. And they're like, Dad, this is easy. And I'm like, just give us the pictures here, we'll take care of it. And so the one on the left there is my oldest son, Gabriel. The one on the right is my youngest son, Zachary. My oldest is 13, my youngest is 7. 7-year-olds on the internet looking for pictures to add to the logo, while the oldest is sitting there figuring out how to format everything. And this is something we have been working on for a long time. So yes, that logo was produced by those two boys. Volunteers. Okay, moving on. So something that we've been working on for years, but none of us were knowledgeable enough to figure out, is social media. And this year we brought it to the conference. There's the 2 hashtags there. If you take any selfies anywhere in the venue and post them, please put one of the hashtags on it. We'll find it, we'll like it, we'll add it to our social media. We also have the picture booth, which we'll be using for awards here in a few minutes, but we're going to move that into the exhibit hall, and you can also take selfies in front of that, or take little videos or whatever you want to do. We can get them on our YouTube channel, wherever you want to put them. So we like to talk about what we've accomplished in the last year. We did finalize our incorporation as a 501c3. That's it? I got the numbers right? So that's significant because we had been working for a long time as a C4, and finally being able to be a C3 and be a true nonprofit. Professional development worked very hard this year to put on a lot of classes. We put on our first webinar. It was very successful, so we did a few more, and they were all very successful. And so we learned, hey, we should have been doing webinars for much longer than this. We had a record attendance at our HEC-RAS course. We had a 50-person HEC-RAS course. It's inconceivable, but it all worked out great. The teacher said everything worked out. The students also worked out. Wow. We did prepare some comments on Executive Order 13690 and send those off by the deadline. We did a lot of committee work, and so we have the number of you out there are committee chairs, and you've been in coastal committee work and other committees, and awards committee, all this stuff. So we did do a lot of committee work. Obviously, we planned this joint conference, joint symposium, along with our co-chairs. So I would like Mark and Bob, wherever you are, to stand up and give us some additional recognition, please. And everybody join me in a round of applause for them. So, speaking of the social media, we also had some old dogs learning new tricks. And our problem with the social media thing was that we were always wondering what it could do for us. And we finally had to figure out, hey, wait a second, isn't it just a tool that can make membership better? And that we could enhance your experience as members. We can provide more information to you, maybe faster. And once we kind of got our brains around that, we went back to the same 13 and 7-year-old and asked them what they knew about it. And we've gotten to the point we're at now, and we hope to do more next year. And also you can find us on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. So hopefully you'll find us in those places if you use these. I'll get to the election. So recently we had an election. We changed our board every year. We have some positions that always go on the ballot every year. This year our exiting board members are Dennis Bowen and Susan Tatayan. And we have some new board members, Darren Soon. We actually, as a board, created a new position we call At-Large 3, which is our elected position. He's an elected official, so he'll be joining the board as an elected official. Connie Perkins is joining us as the Northern Public Sector board member. We also have some returning board members. These are people that were on the board and are coming back from more abuse. So we have Alex Yevskis is coming back as our Southern Private, and Mike Nolan is our Northern At-Large. And then we also have some people changing roles on the board. So our executive board tends to move every 2 years. This is one of the years where it moves. Mark Seitz will be our next chair. Maria Lorenzo Lee will become our vice chair next year. And actually it's in 4 days, Friday about 12:40 is when this all happens. It just takes a gavel bang. George Booth will become our new treasurer, and John Powerley will become our new secretary. Andrew Trelease he's currently our treasurer. He'll be moving to our brand new at-large number 4 position, which is a role for Nevada. It's a voting role for Nevada that will always stay in Nevada representative. And I will become a past chair advisor, replacing Marty in that role. And Marty will become I'll become past chair, and Marty, or immediate past chair, and Marty becomes a past chair advisor. I got that backwards. And just to conclude this with some final thoughts on the state of the association as I'm exiting my role as chair. There was just somebody, social media, sent me a picture this morning, and I just thought it summed everything up, and it gives us as a board a lot to live up to. But the session that just happened was not only standing room only, but they were sitting in the aisles. And so, I mean, is there interest in the association? I think there's interest in that fantastic session that just went on with several of our VIPs. So, one other thing we do want to recognize every year is our what we call our past chair advisors. And these are people that have been former chairs of the association. So if they would please stand up, Mark, includes you, Marty, Eric Clyde, there's some genies from here, Paul Haganoush. I'm going to see if any others stand up, but there you go, Jim Shaw, and that looks like a crowd. There's probably a couple more. They're living proof that you can survive this job, and it has been a stressful couple years for the board. The board has had to pick up a lot of slack and do a lot of the normal duties that are performed in the association over the last few years. And to a lot of people, it's good to hear from people that they haven't noticed anything, and not only that, it looked like we were doing better than maybe we were doing 2 years ago. So please join me in giving the board a round of applause. Association. At this point, we're going to go ahead and move straight into awards. Yes, okay, so we're going to move straight into awards. Awards will be spoken about here, and we'll be doing the photo op.